Okay, see if I can't make this a quick video. '01 Polaris 500 HO rear outer axle. For those of you who haven't ever had one of these apart or is covered with grease and you're trying to figure out how to get this thing apart. Okay, first of all, the axle plugs in here. Like I said, this is the outer one. And this is the little booger right here that you're trying to figure out how to get the axle out. So to get the axle out, you need to stick like snap ring pliers in there or 2 screwdrivers, and it's really kind of tricky, and you want to spread it out to push it inside this piece, and then be able to push the slide the hub off. Okay, once you get it off, your boot's off, don't tear your clips up. What you're going to do is you're going to push it in on one side, and that's how you get these little balls out of here. And to get the balls back in, you're going to push them in like that, all the way down till you reach a point. Not a good idea to use a screwdriver. Okay, well, let me get it back apart. So to get the cage, when you have this cage in here, to get it apart, you want to turn it sideways and line up the holes here and here, 180 with the tabs, the tab here and the tab here. So once you get those holes lined up like that, then your assembly will come on out of the hole. And then to get this thing apart, you're going to turn it, push one of the knobs up inside like that, and then that will allow you to get this piece out. Okay, so this part's only going to go one way. The clip has to go towards the inner side of the four-wheeler to accept the shaft, because if you put it this way, more than likely you wouldn't get the clip to lock. But if for some reason you ever did get it to lock, good luck getting it apart. You're going to have to probably have some kind of slide hammer to be able to get it back apart. So this ring right here, pretty much doesn't matter which way that it goes in. Just make sure you inspect all of your parts. You don't have any burrs or anything. So to put it back together, I'm going to put it back up inside the hole. Get it centered. Get it centered. Come on, there you go. You can turn it like that. Now, like I said, these holes, any one of these holes on opposite sides are going to line up with any one of these tabs. So what you do is just make sure you line up tab over here, and then it can fit all the way down and push in the hole. Now you're going to push it all the way to one side like that. You're going to do it first and actually expose 2 of the balls. Load 2 of the balls in here like that, and then push it in just like that. And then you can take a board or something kind of soft, tap it with a hammer down, and be able to bring this side up, and then put the rest of your balls, and put all of your balls around in there. So, but before you would do this, I would actually take and just pack all this stuff with your fresh thing of grease that you just got. I just did this so you guys could see how it would work, or how it goes together. The other thing is the clamps. If you're lucky enough to have still had the original clamps with the thing, these are actually Oetikers. I know because I used to be in the beverage industry. Let me get the smaller one so you can actually see. Okay, get it to focus in. Oetiker, O-E-T-I-K-E-R. This is a 320. This is for the smaller size. The bigger size one, this is actually a, so I can get it to focus, this is a 875. Now, what's great about these style of clips is these style of clips actually come together underneath, and they clip over the top like that. And then you take a pair of bullnose dikes or a pair of actually Oetiker pliers, and you're going to grab both of these ends, this little part right here and then this little part right here, and you're going to squeeze them together, until you get it to the right one, and it latches over the top. And see how they almost come together here? You don't want to squeeze it to the point that you're going to break it. You're going to find the closest point that your boot's going to work. And for a factory boot, more than likely that's going to be that's your last adjustment on it. So to get it apart is you just squeeze it with your pliers, and that little part pops apart. And that's how it works. So just make sure that when you put this thing back together, since this little tab right here, make sure the direction it turns, that's going to be your forward direction running this way, because you don't want to have it forward running this way and then catch something on it like that and wind up either ripping that edge up or popping your clamp off. And that goes same way with your inner clamp. Your inner clamp works the exact same way. I don't like those newer style clamps that you have to have a tool. It's a one-time use. Again, right here, squeezes here, crimps on here, and it just goes all the way to the point that it clips on there when you let it go, and that's it. That's how it's held. So when you take it apart, same thing. Just reach over there and squeeze them together. You have to do this with pliers. You're not going to be able to do this with your hands on the machine, and that's it. So after you get your assembly back together, all your balls installed in it, then you're going to take your boot, slide your boot onto your shaft, push it all the way up on there, and then stick the shaft inside there until you hear it clip and lock into place. And then you can slide your outer boot on there and put your clamp on it, and then slide the inner boot, put it in its position, and clamp it. So hopefully that made it more clear on what you guys are looking at, because I know it's tough when it's full of grease and you can't see what the heck is going on. So just make sure you clean it up real good and use all the stuff.